Hello and welcome to a new episode of Bahraini Dishes Cooking Show. My name is Chef Ali Youssef and today I'm doing something special for you guys called Ghuzi Laham. I hope you will really enjoy it. Ghuzi Laham is one of the biggest dishes, the riches or luxury dishes in our culture here. And we usually cook that during the Eid, weddings, I would say on a high profile occasions. The ingredients, as you see, it's a lot of ingredients here. Starting off, here I've got eggs, boiled eggs. I've got dried grapes, and I've got chickpeas, maybe find it in the market, called chana dal. And I've got also rice, being washed, and I've got cinnamon powder, and I've got carrots, and I've got coriander, another one there. It's a 3 stages process, right? And I've got onion here, and I got mixed nuts, and I've got potatoes, and I've got rose water soaked with saffrons, and also I have cardamom powder, and I've got almonds and pistachios. It can be also, if you want to add cashew nuts, and I've got salt, and I have also whole spices, and I've got 1 kg of Arabic lamb. That's gonna be a long process. It doesn't look that hard as you imagine or as you think. Actually, it's simply easy. It's just 3 stages, and it's gonna take 1.5 hours to cook that. And the recipe today I'm going to show you, it's just without oven, okay? And you can make it with oven. If you have at home oven, you can, later I'll tell you what to do with that one. First of all, I'm going to put the lamb in the boiling water here. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. The lamb will stay there for at least 1 hour. At least, that's minimum thing. With these whole spices. Got black lemon, cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, bay leaves, and black pepper. Then I'm going to add also a cinnamon powder. Give it better taste. And going to add also onions. And it's your choice if you want to add chilies, you want to add carrots. It's just to give you better flavor of the meat. I don't recommend that, but if you want to put chilies, yes, why not? But not carrot. That will stay for 1 hour, and then we'll get back to you. Welcome back, and now we've done almost 30 to 35, actually with 35 minutes has been gone. As you see, the lamb is taking its time to cook. It's fine, no worries. Now I'm going to put the heat up here to saute the onions, because we're going to do the stuffing. Is actually the topping of the Guzi. We need to put oil, the Guzi we're making this recipe is very traditional, and because back in the days they don't really have an oven, as these days they do have oven, so they do put first olive oil on the meat after boiling it, and adding rose water and saffron on the meat, and they would put it for at least 25 to 30 minutes so it get red and crispy from the outside, and then they will add it. They'll just put it on the top of the rice along with this stuffing that I'm going to make now. Onion. I think that's enough onion for today. As much as you can, the onions has to be golden or dark brown actually color. Don't burn it, make sure you don't burn it. And that before you take the next step. The next step is you're going to add the chana dal, or we call it mini chickpeas, pre-boiled actually. This is not raw. It's pre-boiled because you want it to be a tender, not too tough. And also the potatoes I have here, it's pre-boiled, because once you do everything here, after adding the spices, then only you have to add the potato and the egg right in the end. Because if you put it early, your potato will disappear because it's pre-cooked. And I have little water here. I'm not gonna use all of it. It's just, I might need it a little bit later because of the bottom. So this won't stick or won't burn. I'm gonna keep it, because I'm gonna keep it in the on the stove for at least 20 to 30 minutes. So I need a little bit of water so it won't burn. When we close to finishing this, we can remove the meat or the lamb. Then from there, we can just put it here. Mix it slowly, little bit, gently, and then we cover it. While that happening here, then we start on the rice. Looks like I'm gonna take another 5 minutes off from your time, and we get back to you. Welcome back, and I think our onions is ready. As you see, beautiful brownish, goldish color. You don't want to burn it, as I said earlier. Now we're going to add the chana dal, and going to mix it. And because this is gonna be on the top, you don't want to add whole spices. So in that case, I'm going to add the dried grape, or some people call them raisins. Mix them. You have to soak them in water, rather they were dried. So soak them in water so they get soft, easy to eat. Keep it there, and let's remove the lamb. Look how beautiful color it is. I make sure you don't put salt when you boil your any lamb or any dish, because once you do that, the meat's gonna be very tough. It won't get tender really quickly. Yet we don't throw in the water because we need it. going to add cardamom powder. Mix it. Then I'm going to add coriander. Mix it. Now I feel it's getting thick, right? To make it softer and better, you're going to add a little bit of salt. Not a lot. And then black pepper. Mix it. We didn't add the spices yet. We'll go through it. Well, let's put this pot on. And let's get the rice done there as well. Now, I'm going to add the spices, starting off with turmeric, half tablespoon. Remember not to put a lot because this is gonna be on top. It's not gonna be cooked a lot. And then we have Bahraini bzar, 1 tablespoon. Then sweet paprika or red paprika, not smoked. Just 1 tablespoon. Mix it. That's not a lot of spices in it. Then followed by, we're going to add the rose water and saffron mix. You can go, I would say, people will go for 4 tablespoons. I'm going for 6 or 8 actually. Be generous. And keep adding. We're going to put this in a low heat now. Very low. And I'm going to add the potatoes. We're going to add the water straight here because I don't need the spices in there anymore. I just need the water itself. Right, we mix this now, and now we're going to add a little bit of water. Because you don't want to burn the chana dal. Keep it aside. We're going to add the eggs. Mix it. We will just cover it for now in a very low heat. And then now we're going to jump into the water for the rice. We need coriander. Then we need salt. Then we need carrots. So the coriander and the carrot has to be small because it's in the rice. So you got to chop the coriander and shredded the carrot. Again, we're putting the rest of the rose water and saffron. And then we've got mixed nuts. Let it boil. Till the water gets boiled actually, we just need to break the lemon on the lamb. You give it a flavor a little bit. Then followed by going to add saffron water and saffron color. It's mixed with rose water. Gives beautiful color to it. This is gonna go with that stuffing that we have made, our topping we'd call it, and then we'll keep it in a very low heat so it won't burn anything. That's done. From the other side we have the rice. Going to put the rice because as you see, the water is boiling. That will leave it there until it's ready. Let's get this mess cleaned up and then we'll come back to you in about 15 to 20 minutes until the rices get ready, and then from there we can plate it. Welcome back, and as you see, everything has gone on the table, everything on the pots. Only this plate left, and which is nuts. I'm going to roast it right after draining the water out of the rice because the rice is ready. Leave it there for a minute so it drains the water off. And now I'm going to put the nuts in there. And remember, nuts don't stop because it will get burned, so you keep shaking it until it's roasted. And then the rice. Look at the rice, looks beautiful. I'm going to put it back in the pot. Right, that stays in there until it gets dry. Then make sure you go back to your nuts. We're getting our tray ready for plating, and then we get back to you. Welcome back, and our Ghuzi is ready. Ghuzi Laham. Is it your birthday or is it your wedding? Or it could be an Eid. And that's when you have the Guzi in very big occasions, huge occasions, a lot of people. What I've done here is a small portion, just to show you how to do it. Rice is ready. It smells good. Let's put it in the plate. Looks beautiful. Wait, we're not done yet. And the Guzi, usually it's one of the big dishes in our culture. We really do, when we cook it, we cook a lot of it, lots of it. And the tray has to be full, actually. We're going to spray the meat. This smells really good, actually. I love it. And the eggs, because don't want to break them. Mixing it. Everything is cooked in there. Shit. And the egg is very famous in Guzis. A lot of proteins, this dish. And the nuts. And that's a full meal for you and your guest. And now we're done with our main dish, and we're going to our side dish, which is Hasieda. We're going to cook Hasieda today, which is very famous in our holy month Ramadan, and it's sweet, served during the iftar or after iftar because it's sweet. Also, it's very good for the ladies after labor. And you can Google how and why and all the information you can get. Right, I've got, to make it actually, I've got flour, all-purpose flour. I got the sugar, 2 eggs, ghee, and water, and cardamom powder. First of all, I'm going to fry the flour. Just the minute you get the smell and everything. Then you can add the rest of the recipe ingredients. then once you start smelling the flour, then put it back in the plate, and then we caramelize the sugar. This dish, it's always, actually mainly they make it during Ramadan, and it's sweet. Almost every house does it every day, or twice, 3 times minimum a week during Ramadan. And you know, put in a small plate, they give the neighbors, you know, and they ask, who, you have a new baby or something? We say, no, we don't have, it's just Ramadan Kareem. So yeah, now I can smell the flour is coming out, because remember this flour has, it was grinds something else, so it need to be cooked. Now it's hot. Now it's almost done. Now we put it in a plate. Right, now we're putting the sugar to caramelize it. And I have put in the pan there. I'll preheat it for the eggs later, because we'll do the egg separate. You see the sugar, it's almost done. Very simple and easy and quick dish that you can do on a Ramadan afternoon. You can do it even in the evening. After iftar, you can just get it done quickly and make it. Our sugar is ready, caramelized, as you see it. Now, slowly we're going to add warm water in there. Remember, the sugar is very hot, so we go slowly. We mix the water and the sugar, slowly, slowly. And I have added 2 cups of water. We make sure we mix the sugar and the water. Now we're going to add the flour. And then we mix it. I will reduce the heat, so we can do it slowly, and we'll take it to the next level from here. As you see it, beautiful color. I'm going to add more water. We're going to stir it until it gets smooth and totally mashed. Now I'm going to add the cardamom powder. Now we keep stirring it for maybe 5 minutes. It reminds me of smashing the haris. Haris also gets your arm always tired if you don't have the machine. But I still don't recommend the machine. I don't like it. So I'm gonna make life a bit more easier. I'm gonna use the masher. I'm gonna reduce the heat more. Right, let's go. Now we're almost done here. Now we're going to make the eggs, fry it, put the heat up. This is done. little bit of black pepper. Let's put the Hasieda on the plate. By the way, we're doing the egg scrambled. I'm just giving it time. It's almost the easiest dish I've ever made in this season. It's just a matter of the time it takes only with the flour, actually heating it and then caramelizing the sugar. Now that's why I have the ghee. Remember, you don't put a lot of it. That will be later. You can add it. Looks beautiful, very nice. Now we have done. The egg is ready, and the Hasieda is ready. There you go. And going to add some powder in there, cardamom powder. That was it for today's episode. That was our Hasieda with the egg on the top. I hope you like it. Thank you and goodbye.